GTU mapo mensogas al vi, kajen astus or estas y pluvo. Now, for those who don't know, before I start this video, I can actually speak a few words of Esperanto, which is I think it's an artificial language created in Poland, which is this country right here. Wait, no, not Austria. Poland. This country right here. So yeah, I did get a couple of words inaccurate, which means I'm still learning anyway. I need to tell you something. Some historians, or not historians, but many people think that Greenland is about the same size as Africa. Because if you think about it, it looks very similar to Africa in terms of size. This is what a lot of people think. And this is also what I generally thought. Until I saw one video that was explaining that this map is actually lying to you. Because Greenland is actually not the same size as Africa. Because it is 44 times smaller than Africa. And here is proof. So I have an app called True World Maps. Okay? And I am going to put Greenland in a size comparison between Africa. You can already tell that Greenland is actually significantly smaller, but it can span across 4 countries, which are Chad, Sudan, 5 I mean. Chad, Sudan, Central African Republic, South Sudan, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. So yeah, this is how small Greenland actually is. Now here is Greenland compared to Europe. Yes, it's actually quite large, if you really think about it. And this is it compared to Saudi Arabia. The truth is, Saudi Arabia is actually smaller than Greenland. But anyway, let's compare, for example, Greenland to China. Yeah, it's actually significantly smaller than China if you think about it. Now let's compare it to Kazakhstan. Despite it taking a large portion of its size, Kazakhstan still remains larger. Now let's compare it to the one and only Russia. So yes, Greenland is large, but not as large as Russia. Because it is around 9 times the size. Because it is around 9 times the size of Greenland. Sorry, these Microsoft Copilot ads are just ruining my day. So anyway, now let's compare Russia to Africa. Because it also appears that Russia, for example, is larger than Africa. So, let's compare the sizes. Even though it might look like that Russia is actually bigger than Africa, because it spans the entire length of Africa, that doesn't mean it's larger. The thicker the land is, then the larger the land is, basically. So no, Russia's not larger than Africa. Africa is larger than Russia. But here's a question. Is Russia bigger than Antarctica? Surprisingly, yes. So the truth is, Russia is smaller than Africa, but it's larger than Antarctica. So in this so in this topic, Russia is technically a continent because it's larger than a continent. Now it's compared to South America. I'm pretty sure South America is larger. Then let's add North America. North America is also larger because it has Canada, which is the second largest country in the world, but it's significantly smaller than Russia. So yeah, this map is lying to you. Greenland is not the same size as Africa, and so not is Russia. Now, let's take this for example. Let's go into map chart, which is where I make my YouTube shorts. So, let's go to the advanced map. This map is the true map of what the world looks like. Greenland is smaller than Africa, and so is Russia, so this map is true. Anyway, I'll see you later.